children, they designed his shoes for his birthday. He was totally surprised, and I love the creativity. Well done, kiddos. He's going to wear them in the game. Spoiler alert. Hey there, everybody. I'm Stephanie Reddy. Welcome inside the studios. Welcome to Game Time. It's time to also welcome in our crew. Greg Anthony and Channing Frye are joining us here. They're going to help us break down all these games, talk a ton of basketball, and have a lot of fun. First things first, gentlemen, we're going to get to that game, Utah and the Warriors. As I mentioned, it's Steph Curry's birthday, but Donovan Mitchell also was there. Those are the shoes that he tweeted about, his children designing for his birthday. Brilliant. And Steph Curry wastes no time, GA, in going off early.
Yeah, and this Warriors team, they came into this game a little desperate. 4-game losing streak and not a more difficult stretch that you're going to find over the course of the season. Portland, Phoenix, Clippers, then Utah, and then, oh, by the way, tomorrow night, the Lakers. So they had to play their best in order to have a chance to win this one.
Steph Curry, 14 in the first quarter, but Channing, Jazz responding.
Listen, the Rudy Gobert screen and roll has to be one of the best in the league, especially with all the three-point shooters. So he's having an amazing year, and as he goes, the team goes. But you know what? I give a lot of credit to the Golden State Warriors. Like, this may be a game where they go, 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. They have the talent and the capability. It's just sometimes it's just a learning curve with their young guys getting big minutes.
Well, nice defense by the Warriors, which generally leads to good offense by them.
He's good.
Yeah, and listen, to Channing's point, their young guys are starting to figure it out. Their veterans, led by the two-time MVP and Steph Curry, already know what it's all about. But this is one of those teams that could end up being really scary come postseason if they're healthy and those young guys continue to develop.
Jordan Clarkson playing very well for the Jazz this season.
Oh, yeah. Sixth man of the year there.
Wiggins ended up with 28 points, and then Steph Curry shows up again.
He won that Mike Conley for trying to take that 3 points out of him.
Perhaps. Curry ends up with 32 points, 9 assists, 5 rebounds in the game. As I mentioned, it's his birthday today. Career high for points on his birthday with 32. Also made 6 for 9 from behind the arc, setting another record for his birthday. He played so well, they won, and it's his birthday. So who else would we want to hear from after the game besides Steph Curry? Let's listen.
I mean, we've had nights like this before. I think tonight was the first time we beat a good team where we established ourselves early and maintained it for 48 instead of that big comeback type of vibe. But
right.
I think our confidence is always there. You have to go out and improve it and execute it to validate it. But it also sets you up for expectations because you can beat a team like we did tonight. You have to be able to sustain that, and that's our challenge. It's been our challenge the whole year.
Hey, tell us about the kids' scavenger hunt and the shoes being designed by the kids for Dad on birthday day.
Special. Apparently they did it last April. I guess we had some free time with the pandemic, so they went and did a little arts and crafts project, designed the shoes, and 11 months later I got a little surprise in the house, and it was pretty awesome to have the whole family a part of it. And anytime you get to play on your birthday, and obviously Nico too, his birthday twins. Yeah. It was a good vibe all the way around.
I love that. I mean, it's so special. You see him, especially with his son Cannon thereafter. He's got those beautiful babies. He mentioned Nico, his teammate. It was his 20th birthday today, so that was nice of him to shout him out. A little difference there, 20 and 33. Steph's starting to become one of the elders in the NBA. Channing, tell us a little bit about what you see that you like out of Steph Curry.
I mean, Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time, and he's the most dangerous when he doesn't have the ball. And now you're going to watch these plays. There's a back screen. People are touching. People are trying to keep him from where he's going. But the way the Utah Jazz, any little space he gets just counted as 3, and it ended up being 4 right there. Now, right here, he uses a screen. Now, look, if you pause it right there, he's actually shooting on 3 of the Jazz players. Now, this is what he's done and stepped up that I didn't see this year from him. And that's shooting not only those mid-ranges, but attacking the rack consistently. He's been finishing at an elite elite level here. And obviously one person jumping at him isn't going to work. He's just going to sidestep you, and that three-pointer is automatic. And then right here, he just takes what the defense gives you. Rudy Gobert, two-time Defensive Player of the Year, can't even jump, and hands off to, I think, an amazing young player in Wiseman. So for me, he's evolved his game. He's heard all the things that everyone was saying, including myself, of how can he get better? How can he help his team win? And he's been doing all those things. So give them credit. He's getting those young guys to play at a high level. The consistency isn't there. But like Jay said, this is not a team you want to play in the playoffs, because if they get hot, there's going to be problems.
GA, I'd like you to elaborate a little bit on that, because it's a distinct possibility. We know that this season, more than any other, is the likely season that something strange could happen between injuries and the COVID protocols. Even if no one is sick, they still may have to sit out for a period of time. Yeah. We saw that in Philadelphia.
It's such a great point, because the other factor, too, oftentimes, and Channing knows this, when you get into postseason, what can separate you from being successful or not is confidence. And when you've got Steph Curry and Draymond Green in the locker room, that's going to give you a lot of confidence. When they feel like and show you they believe, makes the game a lot easier for you to go out and perform at a high level. And so they've got a lot of talent. You know, Wiggins has shown he can play like an all-star. Oubre's starting to find his rhythm. And as those young players, Pascal and the big kid Wiseman, as they get more and more confident and understand this system, Golden State becomes all that much more difficult and dangerous come postseason.
It's going to be a good one. I'm looking so forward to this season's playoffs, because we just have no idea what's going to happen, especially when you factor in the new format now that they will have that play-in with the teams that are seated lower having an opportunity. It's going to be a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, guess what happened at Wells Fargo? They can have fans in the building for the first time, up to 3,100. Ben Simmons, I'm sure, enjoyed that. Remember, no Joel Embiid. He's out for at least 2 to 3 weeks, but they do have Tobias Harris, who finds Danny Green for the three-pointer. Green ended up with 16 points in the game. Channing, Philadelphia's looking good.
Philadelphia's looking good. They just know how to win. Like, if you look at these teams, most of these guys are seasoned vets. They have a couple guys that, are all-stars. And right here, when you add Dwight Howard, people, I think, take his game and what he's done for this league for granted. So he's going to make the right plays. He's obviously a champion from last year, keeping it light. But I think Tobias Harris and Ben Simmons are going to lead this team while Joel Embiid is out. But I like the 76ers this year. And, this is a tough game for the Spurs, man. They just, they're 6th or 7th, and now they're kind of, trade rumors got them a little discombobulated after the break.
You like that one, GA?
I like that one. I'm still trying to figure out the uniforms. I get the significance with the Liberty Bell. I get it. But that doesn't necessarily mean I'm in love with it. But I digress.
I can appreciate that.
Ooh, Tobias feeling that.
In all seriousness, this roster is so much better than rosters they've had in the past. They got the consistent shooting when you think about Curry and Danny Green, and they've also got some experience now with championship experience. You talk about Dwight Howard, you talk about Danny Green. I like the development of Shake Milton. This team, I'm really anxious to see them come postseason as they get Embiid back. I tell you, they can create a lot of problems for you on both sides of the ball.
And here's your final. Philadelphia wins quite